Hey guys, Gunpla again, and I know it's been a while, but I've been super busy these past 2 weeks, but now things should get a bit more relaxed, so I should be able to do a lot more reviews now. But let's get on with the video. First new loot, start with some Gundam kits, the Gelgook. Of course, I bought this for the old Regal kit I bought, so yeah, I could have gone with Chars, but I thought get, of course, the cannon backpack, and that might be useful for my Zaku cannon. Next up, the RX-78-2 High-Grade Universal Century. Once again, I actually bought this for some kit bashing with the prototype Gundam. I really don't understand why Bandai never released a High-Grade Universal Century with a prototype Gundam, especially because there's so little things they have to change. I mean, the only difference between the RX-78-2 and the RX-78-1 are the arms, the beam rifle, a thing on his hip, and his foot guards here. So I don't really understand why they don't just make it. I mean, seriously, make it happen. This is a pretty nice mobile suit. Well, it doesn't really look all that impressive on the box art, but yeah, if you look at some fixed figuration kits, it's a pretty amazing model. And finally, another antique Gundam kit. The Tropical Test Type Dom. I originally bought this pretty much to just add to my stack and build later on because, yeah, I kind of wanted this, but I never really cared too much for it. But when I saw it was getting a restock, I thought, yeah, let's buy it. Turns out this is instantly one of my favorites because usually these old kits come molded in one color. This actually comes molded in pretty much the right colors. Right colors being sandy brown and gray. So I'm actually straight building it right now, and I'll probably do a review of this guy ASAP because I'm really genuinely impressed. For a kit of, well, this age, this is pretty much one of the best ones I've seen so far. Now, don't get your hopes up. This is by no means a high grade, but I mean, for the time, this is a very nice kit. Seriously. Then, finally one Gundam thing left is I bought the HEM Pro of the RX-78-2 rollout model. Yeah, it's actually pretty boring without the panel line, so I'm going to add some panel lines, and then it's probably going to look pretty impressive, but just out of the box, it's white and boring and seriously unimpressive, to say the least. I'm not quite surprised that this guy was like reduced to 500 yen. So I think it was like reduced 75%. Yeah, limited model. I seriously believe that. Yeah, a limited model at minus 70% because they can't sell it. That makes a lot of sense. And that's all for Gundam. Well, for this package, because, yeah, not really. I also got a different package, a little Meyrin figurine. So now that's really all for Gundam, and now for some things I don't really do a lot. First, I bought a aircraft weapon set, 144 scale. This was, well, it's actually still kind of Gundam related because I'm probably going to use these with like my AL Striker packs. But I thought, why not? They were discounted, so I went for it. And now we get into some real things I don't really do all that often. Aircraft models. Of course, it wouldn't be me if they weren't 144th scale. You know, the right scale for Gundams. So yeah, got the F-14, pretty much my favorite fighter of all time. The F-15, my second favorite fighter of all time. And the F-16, the one that's still being used, including with the Belgian Army. And yeah, they all look pretty easy to build and don't really require too much. I also love that they say it's an easy kit here. When you go to the back, it says, well, I saw something in the manual like, no glue. And I thought, like, man, are these snapped together as well? Yeah, turns out they mean no glue included. When you look at it, at first it's like, cement, not, and then you see not included. Fantastic. I guess that is because I am a Gunpla fan. Then also bought the black F-14, which looks really nice. And the black is amazing. It looks so awesome. then the final fighter I bought was the Revel Eurofighter Typhoon. I love what I did here, because this is an imported kit into Japan. And I imported the imported kit, because this is, Revel was German, I think, and on the back, the instructions are even in Dutch. So, fantastic. But yeah, it was discontinued, so I didn't end up paying any more. And of course, it comes included with some paint, which is probably pretty cheap, and like a pot of glue, which I am definitely not going to use, because this is like one of those things, yeah, that just makes a mess of everything. Seriously. And then that's all I got. Oh no, wait, I got one more. I got a broken stand. Pretty much you have to screw this in here, but I don't think the screw was included. I opened it up, I didn't see the screw. I looked all over the place, I checked everything, and I couldn't find the screw for this. Well, I'm not sure if I'm even going to bother sending HLJ a message that the screw wasn't included, because this stand is pretty much useless anyway. When I looked at it, I thought it was like segmented and it was all bendy and stuff. Oh, snap. And I thought, man, that's going to be really useful for dynamic. Yeah, that's going to be really useful. Alright, now let's get to the serious problem. It's all bendy and stuff, and that's very good, and it's very steady. The problem is, this quote-unquote claw doesn't move. So that means it only supports it and doesn't actually hold on to it. Is it just me, or does this kind of beat the purpose of having a stand in the first place? Because you can only have your model, or... Well, this was officially a doll stand, I think, but still. What good does it do if it can just... Well, if it doesn't actually hold on to the doll, you just put it in there. Even if you just have a doll, the doll can still fall forwards, right? So, yeah, this is pretty much stupid, and I completely wasted my money on this. So, don't buy this. Don't. I mean, I plan to use this for my Gunpla, and I end up not being able to use it for anything. As far as I know, it is completely useless. Then, oh yeah, I also got a final package with some games, which I placed somewhere on my desk where I cannot find them. Oh, here they are. Yeah, I went pretty retro. I bought Metroid 3. I don't know, but lately I've been a seriously big fan of Metarots/Metabots. I know it's kind of like a nostalgia thing going on, but the amazing point with this game is it has voice acting. For a Game Boy Color game, man, that's thumbs up, I say. I was really surprised here, and actually quite a lot of voice acting. Once again, especially for a Game Boy Color game, that's pretty impressive. Also, it has a Ganguro girl in it. I was quite surprised by that. I didn't know Ganguros were like... What? No, it's pre-2000 game, so I guess they were already in style back then. Then I got a random game, because the guy was also selling it. Momotaro Densetsu. It kind of looks like a Final Fantasy ripoff. I have no idea what it's actually about. I haven't played it yet, and I'll give it a shot later on, because it looks pretty wacky and stuff. So it's kind of like, I don't know, a parody of Final Fantasy? And then I got Bomberman Max. Well, it's Bomberman. You can't really go wrong with that. Wait, also, this was the first game I tried out. I put it in, it didn't work. Of course, I just used the blow trick and it worked again. Well, that's all for this new loot video. Of course, as always, if you want a review of anything, just ask it. And oh yeah, for those of you who are worried that I'm going to start building aircraft models now and quit Gunpla, don't be. I just bought these because I saw them on a sale at HLJ. They were like 30% off, and they were already pretty cheap. I mean, these little guys here were like 200 and a bit yen. So they were dirt cheap. So I thought, they're 144 scale. They might look good on my Gunpla, and they even come with some little missiles and stuff that could even be useful for my Gunpla. So yeah, the airplanes are just going to be a one-time thing. And of course, next up is going to be all Gunpla. Well, see you at the next one.